Good morning or evening or whatever it is for everybody. How you doing today?
What's up, Dean?
Just another Wednesday morning, baby.
That's the way it is, man.
Where you at, Grinder?
Uh, I live in DC right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. What about you? You're in California, right?
SoCal.
Yeah. What time is it there now?
It is 6:04 a.m.
That's early. Oh,
Let's make this money and get out of Dodge.
that should be good day, man. It should be a good day. Hopefully.
Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. Wednesday. Oh my gosh.
Morning, Avi. How's everything?
Morning, good morning, good evening.
Scared me for a minute,
Just
man. I
live
was
on
like, holy
Eastern
shit, I
time
missed the
zone.
whole day. It's already Thursday.
Yeah, no, this is what screws me up. It's almost the end of Wednesday here, and it's almost Thursday, and so I'm like, yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna really live on Eastern time zone now, just for the sake of it. Anyways, it is Wednesday. Let's make that clear to begin with.
Tis Wednesday.
Yeah. It's already been an interesting day, hasn't it? My goodness. All this. I received my car back a few hours ago, well, this morning. And a
Jeep?
few hours ago, I received a notice from Dubai police. I got a speeding ticket. What the hell, man? I might as well give the car back to the garage because it's
How much do tickets cost there in Dubai?
This one is going to be about $200.
Oh, not so bad.
It's okay. It's okay. But it was pretty fast. I mean, the speed limit
Fucking
was
California,
80.
dude. The minimum ticket is like $400, $500.
Yeah. Yeah, I always budget a few tickets every week or so. Just
Every week.
The speed limit was 80, and I was doing 150 kilometers an hour. So
150? What the hell were you driving?
shit, just a truck, man. This feels natural.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're talking about kilometers an hour.
Kilometers. Yeah, kilometers.
Like what?
80 kilometers an hour.
Driving an F1 car or something like that?
I drive it like it's an F1 car. Anyway, let's try and make some money today to pay off that ticket, huh?
Yeah, really.
It's really silly. Anyways, cool. Let's get going here. We get a screen. We'll have Megan joining us shortly. And what do we have? There we go. Got the screen up. Got the levels up. There we go. It's in that interesting zone we were talking about yesterday. Very good. Quickly take a look at the news here. What do we have? 8:15. That's over. 10 a.m. Again, we got something. No, what is this? We have. Wait, hold on. What? 9:45. S&P Global Services PMI. Okay. And then 10 o'clock ISM Services PMI. Okay. And non-manufacturing PMI also at 10 today. All right. Okay, so no trading first 30 minutes. Sitting it out. 10:30, we got something else. But let's get through the first 30 minutes, then we'll talk. All right. Just got to sit it out. Too risky to trade the SPY before 10 o'clock. And let's see. Anyways, let's take a look at what happened here. So yesterday, I had pushed up right into the 5-year, 97. I was in this trade yesterday late. Look at where it's arrived at, right where there's been a lot of trouble recently. You can see on the chart here last week. Big high, you had that level there. Consolidated and has come all the way back down. That's very interesting. If I was able to trade the open, I would look at a breakout on the upside. Anyways, it's going to sit out. But it's an interesting place. The SPY is a very interesting place. It'll be useful to look at this way. You can see where it's in this big consolidation for most of May, really. And now we have a breakout opportunity. Basically, a bounce off yesterday's high would work, or that high on the 19th of May. Either of these levels make sense. Bounce off that through 600 would be ideal. You can also see where it has been resistance previously, so get through those. It's basically yesterday's high. Yesterday's high is a key level today. Interesting to watch
question,
this.
Avi. When the range is narrower versus wider, how does that affect your thinking going into these?
When the range is narrower, you tend to have good explosive breakouts. When the range is wider, you got to be more careful. It's likely to stay in the range and be unstable inside the range, volatile and hard to trade. I mean, I don't even make decisions on this on the daily. I'm just curious about it. But making the decisions are here on the 30. And basically the range is decently wide. It's been pretty wide recently every day. So you gotta be careful with it. I don't want to go into too much activity inside the range. If it gets to the top of the range here, you can see where it's been choppy most of the time so far in the pre-market. So you don't want to really get involved in that zone. You want to let it go away from that breakout and then look at it further up. Or if you're interested on the downside, you have that, but watch that buyer yesterday. We saw that buyer come in just below 595. That was massive. And all I'm seeing is really the buyer stepping up. See, the lows are getting higher. This low yesterday and then right at the end of the day and then now in the pre-market. It's all just uptrending. It's just a big ABCD pattern, really. So, and then you have this high here. So if you're going upwards, yeah, be careful of that one. Let's put a line there. Very careful up there. So you might struggle a bit up there, but if you get the break through that green level, there you go. Now you have a lot of room to run towards 600, right? Let's see what happens. What would be interesting also is if it just comes all the way down early in the day and starts bouncing off of this high, which was a few days ago. That would be huge. I would take that trade later on. I would put on a lot of risk on something like this because this can be a huge reversal. Later on, I'm talking 2 hours into the day or something. So lots of opportunities. Lots of potential opportunities. Let's see what happens. All right. Cool. I bet Megan's busy making her hair. That's why she's late. I'm gonna call her just to disturb me. You guys are in the chat. Yes, good morning, guys. Good morning. Hey, Pedro. Oh, man. So anyways, yeah, sitting out the first 30 minutes. Lots of news coming out, 9:45 and then 10. And then we'll see what this 30-minute chart looks like, if there is an opportunity or not. I'm sure there's going to be lots of opportunities today. It just has that feel to it. It's in a very interesting place. It's not likely to stay put today. But you don't want to get on the wrong side of things, of course. Ooh. What the hell? All right, give me a minute, guys. I will be right back.
Good morning, sunshines. How are we, my friends?
Good morning, Megan. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well. I'm doing well, thank you. Although I did have nightmares last night that I was gonna miss this for some reason. I don't know, stress dreams all night that I missed live trading with you guys. So, but we made it. So we're here.
You survived the evening.
I survived. I survived. Okay, let me get a screen up here for you guys. Get my computer situated here. All right. Okay, screen. Here we go.
You're in California, aren't you, Megan?
Yeah, I am. I'm in Palm Springs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
How hot is it there right now?
This morning it is 71 degrees, and later this week it'll be like 104, I think.
Oh, it's getting there.
Yep, it's getting there. It's pool season, baby.
Right.
All right. Okay, cool. So while Avi has stepped away, I'll go through some things that I think are worth noting today. Snow is an interesting one. So we haven't gotten to the supply and demand class yet, but snow is running up into some weekly supply. They did get upgraded. I'm curious if that will give this a little bit of oomph to get maybe running through it. But for now, I'm curious to kind of see if there's still going to be sellers up here in this area. So I will keep an eye on snow. It doesn't have a ton of volume this morning, so it's not necessarily first on my list. But I do want to kind of keep an eye on it today. Hood, I think, is definitely something to keep an eye on since they are in talks of adding them to the S&P 500. We are coming up towards this all-time high area back here in 2021. So I'm just going to mark that. Pretty far away. There's still some room to go on it. If we go into the idea of market phases on this one that we discussed last week, this is continuing into an expansion phase. So we had a previous kind of expansion phase right here off of this a little accumulation area expansion, a little accumulation, and then now we're starting to push up and out again. So Hood is something to kind of keep an eye on for any type of continuation plays, or maybe maybe some pullbacks to get into maybe some dip buying or something. But right now they're expanding and they've got good news about the potential to be added to the S&P 500. Volume is also good on the pushes, low volume kind of in this consolidation. So everything technical wise looks good for Hood, for the bulls to kind of still be in control of this, but we'll see what the market thinks. This morning it is gapping up. Hello, Avi.
Hey, Megan. Good to see you.
Good to see you, sir. I was telling them that I had nightmares all last night that I missed live trading with you, and it was just so upsetting. I kept like forgetting that I had to do it, and I kept doing other things instead.
Well, I missed you too.
But
You know, you weren't
we
here
made it.
5
We're
minutes
here.
ago. I didn't find you here.
Yeah,
So I went
I
looking
thought
for you.
Did you stop and
That's
get
where I found you, right here.
I stopped the
Well, you found me. Here I am. I'm wearing what Jared likes to call my Power Ranger sweater, so we're gonna have some fun today.
Fantastic. Oh yes. Let's
Yeah,
take everything.
I was just covering a few things that I think are worth noting today. Snow weekly supply, Hood getting maybe added to the S&P 500, and one other one that might be worthwhile because it didn't get going yesterday would be Meta to kind of keep an eye on. Yesterday, I watched this thing dry like paint on a wall, and it just looked like buyers were just kind of accumulating this area. And we'll see if they want to get going today. I think above 673 could be worthwhile. They've got that news that came out yesterday with the nuclear deal, for the 20-year nuclear deal with CEG. So they've got a catalyst. I think Meta is definitely interesting. I just don't think it wanted to set up yesterday. So I liked 673 for continuation, and I like a pullback to this previous swing high around 663. So we'll keep an eye on that one maybe. What else?
Seems like
Obviously,
lots going on today.
There is a decent amount actually. You know, we're coming out of like the earnings season, and you know, usually things start to slow down a little bit, but there's, you know, Trump's in office, so we're always going to have something fun to play at this point. Yeah, so let's see. I'm going to pin your screen so I can see what you're showing when you show stuff. There we go.
Yeah, I'm just watching this again, nothing else, and I'm sitting out the first 30 minutes because of the news, and it's only after 10 o'clock that I give myself an opportunity here.
All right, cool.
Until then, yeah, watch and wait and see and entertain yourself.
Yeah, entertain yourself. I love it.
So, what are we looking at? Tesla and Hood and Snow, is it?
Yeah. I really like the weekly area on Snow. On the weekly chart, there's like this really big drop that happened back in February of 2024, which tells me there was way too much supply up there at that point. And so they're coming back to retest it for the first time. And I'm curious to see if there's going to be some sellers there again.
Cool.
Yeah, not a lot of volume on this one right now, though. So, I mean, obviously you're watching the SPY. Is that all you're watching?
That's it. I can't trade anything else these days. Just liquidity restrictions.
Yeah,
this
that
point,
makes
so
sense.
it's just SPY options.
Yeah. The last time I traded with you guys, I had put a swing position on that day on QBTS. So we were like down here somewhere that day that I traded with you. I took a swing position. I've still got a position on this. I actually added into it when it came back to demand. Yesterday, though, QBTS, just something to keep an eye on for those of you that are playing like the quantum stocks. They filed for a shelf offering, which means that at some point they could dilute their shares. It's more of like a future thing. And sometimes this causes the stock to go down in the short term. And then long-term wise, it can be a really good thing because it means they're trying to get more funding. PLTR filed a shelf offering back here in October of 2021. So right in this area, PLTR filed, they said they needed more funding. They were going to grow. They were going to be a big deal. And you can see that the stock kind of moved down before it just completely exploded. So just something to, I don't know, keep an eye on. Interesting.
Nice. And Megan, we got a little notice in the chat here from one of my mentees who's been around for a while. We don't talk about Meta. There's a good reason behind all that.
Well, I apologize if I mention her today.
Yeah,
we call that Avi's ex.
Oh no, did she do you dirty?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's just not enough liquidity. I mean, what can I say? I had to stop trading to move away from
Oh
her.
my god, that is so funny.
She took the ice cube trays out of the freezer.
Oh man. Yeah. Good. Oh. I really have a good feel for the SPY, giving us a good long opportunity at some point today. Break through the pre-market high or drop early in the day and then reverse later. Either way, it's in a good spot on the daily. Just because of it's been in a decently tight range, and it's in the breakout zone basically. So a
When's
long.
the last time you went short on the SPY, Avi?
Mhm.
You went short already?
I said, when's the last time you went short?
Oh yeah. No, I don't think it's been a while.
Been a while, right?
Yeah. It's been basically during this last 3 weeks or so in this big consolidation zone. I've hardly taken any short opportunities. Actually, I haven't traded most of these days. It's just been a bit choppy, 1 or 2 bullish trades, but that's about it. Very, very slow last couple of weeks. But as soon as we break out here around 595 or so and keep finding new buyers going up, that's it. I think things will get more exciting. But again, this is the SPY. It's very slow. It's not like trading other tickers. It's you gotta be patient with this thing.
I love this range though. I think it's a great place to look for opportunity. And last week we talked about market phases with the crew, and that really like why go short? Like we're still in a expansion phase here, so makes sense that you're looking for those long plays on it.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Avi to hit that 7-digit trade, baby.
Coming. Today's the day.
Yeah, do it today. Do it today.
Oh boy. Don't get me too excited. I'll get too aggressive.
He does it today. I'm applying for a loan from Avi Bank.
Me too, man. You and me both.
Oh man. If I make money trading, it's probably safer in your hands than mine because I could go lose it the next day. That's the thing about trading, right? It's hard to make money, but how do you keep it? That's even harder. And you got to keep your ego in check when you start having big winners regularly. That's the hard part.
Yeah.
Best to put the cash away somewhere. Very,
It's
very
really
difficult.
hard when you're doing 150 kilometers an hour down the road.
Yeah, that too, man. Enough of that. Oh my god. Seriously, I'm just gonna get rid of this car. These tickets are stacking up.
I'm not surprised. Nvidia is interesting today too, guys. When they had earnings, they popped up into this previous swing high. So we've got this. Nvidia had highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. So this is one of the lower highs as it was moving lower. And on earnings, it popped right into it and rejected it. Came back down, retested tested the kind of accumulation area it built up, and now it's making another attempt at that area. I would keep an eye on it. The 143, I have 143.44 marked, but on earnings day, I think it popped a little bit above it. Yeah, so keep an eye on that. I would look to see if there's still sellers that are interested in coming in here. But, the fact that they've come all the way down here, rebought in previous demand, and they're starting to move up and out, this could actually end up in a breakout territory. So worth watching for sure today. So
Cool. Here comes the market, guys. Wait for your trade book. No point chasing it. Let's see, watch. I already got Tesla on. There we go. Look at that Tesla already bouncing off of that for low area, the low level that I've got there. That's interesting. But I wouldn't trust it. No way. It's too early. Anything. There we go.
You got trust issues, bro.
Oh, you don't even know, man. You have no idea. Hood. Watch hood, guys. This 72, very interesting. Buyers down there, close to that 8 a.m. low candle. Very interesting. Again, key point on the chart. What else is good here?
I'm sorry, but I'm going to mention your ex-girlfriend.
She's yours now. You can have her.
starting to push towards that 673 breakout point. Keeping an eye on it right now.
Mm-hmm.
RVol's super low on it though, so it might not be the day for it. 45% is pretty terrible.
Let's go the 1 minute ORB going down, guys. If you're interested in that, started that about 10 seconds ago. Through that level. Again, this is all scalping. If you know how to scalp and you like to scalp, this is kind of what it looks like. Let's see. You tempted me. I'm going to look at Meta. There we go.
It's not breaking. It hasn't broken yet, but it's moving.
Yeah, that's all very, very strong so far.
Yeah. Snow is finding sellers in that weekly supply for those that are interested in snow. Spread on this can be a little bit rough though. Yeah, right now the spread is bouncing around 50 cents. Not great for market order fills, that's for sure.
And there you go, guys. For those of you who are interested in scalping Tesla, you can see it's a tricky thing, right? If you caught the 1 minute ORB about a minute ago, you'd have scalped it, taken many partials down towards 342, and it pulled back on you. And you'd be considering exiting that all in the last 60 seconds. So this is pretty fast stuff. If this is your trade book, if this is stuff you want to work on, just understand this is the pace of it. And I don't recommend it anyways. I think it's tough, especially in the first few years of trading. Stay out the first 5 minutes.
I agree. Everybody wants to play the first 5 minutes, but man, there's so much to learn about just movement in the stock itself and price action that trying to do that early on in your trading career is very difficult.
Yep.
All right, Meta is breaking right now. It's pretty extended from the open price, so it's just, I'm looking to see if it'll give me some type of a setup above this level if it wants to keep going. I'm not seeing any interesting liquidity, but the RVol is picking up, so that's definitely gaining a little bit more traction.
Went short on PLTR and it's tanking.
Ooh, good.
Nice.
Catch it. Let's look at that. Nice. Hood, okay. Watch hood, guys. Again, it's broke down through 72, but you can see where the first place it found buyers is right about there, 71.50. It's just interesting. Overall, it's bullish. I think from yesterday, and I'd have that intraday level yesterday where it found those bars 71.30, so just about there. So it broke through the pre-market. Now the next level down we expect buyers is 71.30. So intraday stuff, it's right about there or close to it now. Let's put a level there. And this stuff is all for scalping anyway, if you're into it. Catch a bit of a fallen angel type setup or something. Meta. What'd you say you're looking at, Meta, Megan? It's like 75?
673.26 to be exact. And it's just cooking. I'm like, come on, man, like give me something here.
This thing is already gone. Now you can see why I dumped her, man. She just gets away from me too fast. Too fast.
Hoping it'll give some type of a setup here. The calls on Meta at 700 have been gaining a lot of traction, so I'm sure that they're probably trying to target that as far as price goes. Not that it would happen necessarily today, but just in general.
There you go, guys. Tesla's reverse ABCD. They just made a new low a moment ago. Again, you can see this is jumpy and tricky price action, but you had the 1 minute ORB, you'd be scalping that, and now you'd be looking for that 5 minute ORB, reverse ABCD on a 1 minute chart. And it's very interesting. It made a new low just now from 3 minutes ago, and let's see if it goes there again. For now, the buyers are still not letting it go.
HIMS is exploding this morning too.
Ooh, there's all kinds of stuff out there.
God, I miss Meta, man. Look at that thing.
I know. This is what I was trying to play yesterday, and the thing wouldn't do anything. Now it's doing it. We're getting a little bit of a 3-bar play on the 1 minute chart, so come on, give me an entry.
Anyone want to guess why there was a 3-bar play on Meta at this particular level? Somebody guess why. Come on, Megan. This.
Let's see. What could it be?
You guys know.
What is this joke here that I'm missing out on?
Come on, somebody say. Don't make me say it.
It's our Avi levels.
Yes.
Oh.
It's gonna pull back because it's an Avi8ors level. There's no other reason for it. HIMS is similar to Meta, just straight up, basically, so far.
Yeah. I am terrible at straight up stocks, I gotta be honest. So I prefer some type of like pattern play or to see a large buyer on the level 2 come in.
Yeah.
That's going to be the one that got away.
Yeah, that's really gone. Oh, man.
God dang it. Oh, yeah. Shane's calling this my Meganacci level, though. So
Look at that. We're mixing it up today. Oh, man. And I do feel bad for a certain Mr. Fibonacci, probably rolling around in his grave.
These damn degenerates.
Guys are raping me.
Avi Cruz and Meganacci.
No.
Yeah. Hey, keep an eye on that hood, guys. This is very interesting. It's proving to find buyers here for now. This 71.25, which is just basically in the middle of yesterday where it found buyers. So far, it's there. If you guys are looking to play this, it's an interesting place. Still hasn't found that aggression, that momentum. Oh, look, as soon as I say that, it pops up. But there you go. Fallen angel kind of stuff. And the SPY is breaking out right where I like it. It's too early, though. Way too early.
Oh, man, this is painful. I'm going to have to break up with her, too.
I'm telling you, man. I'm just watching that thing. Going, gosh, I could be done for the day already.
Oh my God. And I think the more painful part is that I sat in this like accumulation crap fest yesterday trying to like catch the breakout before it actually broke. And then now I'm watching it go. And I'm like, I hate you.
Let it go. Scott, no, I'm not trading the first 30 minutes today. There's a bunch of news coming out that's going to impact the SPY. So I'll wait till 10 o'clock and then we'll see. And then we have Tesla still holding below the Fibonacci level there, 343, around that zone. But again, you can't tell that the sellers are taking over and really pushing it down, right? For a reverse ABCD, it should have gone by now. At this point in the day, it's still early. There's momentum. And the fact that it hasn't gone is, you kind of have a bit of a time limit and you get out of these things. You're scalping the open.
All right, Meta's finally found some of its sellers. We'll see if maybe this offers a bit of a pullback for a break and retest opportunity off of this level.
Yes. PLTR did behave nicely. Look at that. Reverse ABCD. Look at that go.
Sure.
Very nice.
That one has been that one used to be one where it was only in play every once in a while, when it had news or whatever. And now it's just become like a Tesla.
Yeah. Yep. It's very, very much in play every day. And once again, off of the levels, right off 131.46 is where I have the level there, and it just worked. Very nice. Good to see that stuff. So we have another, 3.5, 4 minutes to the news. Let's see what this does. And then another 15 minutes. And at that point, at 10 o'clock, I'll look at the 30-minute chart on the SPY and see what sets up. If there's nothing, then wait for another 30-minute candle. And just keep doing that until you find something.
You going long here, Megan, on Meta?
Not yet, no. The sellers are still kind of putting some pressure on it, so.
Did anyone in here actually catch Meta early or HIMS?
Wish.
You got PLTR short, so you're good. Anyone in here? These were some pretty good moves.
Short up PLTR, yeah.
All right, there you go. Abhishek, you caught Meta. There you go. Good.
Nice catch.
Yeah. Now PLTR again going down through the next level down that I've got. You can see it on my chart there. Through 130.
Nice.
Level to level. And now Tesla wants to go as well. Tesla was really messy. Yeah, I'll show you something, guys. This is really interesting. I always like to look at this. If you look at my charts here, I got Tesla on the top and PLTR at the bottom. And you can see the quality of the reverse ABCD patterns. Both of them, went down. If you shorted them, you make money. But there's quality of ABCD patterns, right? PLTR is much smoother than the Tesla choppy one. And so just because it goes doesn't mean you should have caught it. Just make sure you catch the good setups. And that's the best you can do, really. Whether it works or not, you'll find out. But always catch the good ones. Wait for them. It's worth it. PLTR would have been a lot easier to manage compared to Tesla. If you got in and you struggled through the chop, you'd be emotionally destroyed and probably stop yourself out before it really goes and be upset. But something like PLTR, you wouldn't have had that. So again, just quality of the setups. That's why it's worth waiting for excellent setups. You survive the chop, survive the move, and all that fun stuff. Both of them would have made money. But again, setup, quality of setup. Make sure you got that well-defined. Always good to see these sorts of things.
Yeah, I took the bad setup on Tesla. I'm still in it, so it's good.
All right, you survived it. Get your stop in the right place and don't pay too much attention to the chop. If it hits your stop, hits your stops, or hits your target. There's only 2 opportunities, so good. That helps if you can survive it.
I'm out of PLTR.
Yeah. Here's another thing I always look at. 2 legs is what you can count on. The third leg gets tricky. So PLTR has done 2 legs. First
Yeah.
leg was the first 3 or 4 minutes, then a consolidation, then a second leg, right? Which looks like it's stalled right now. I don't plan for a third. That gets dangerous.
That was a good little move. I took my profits at the Abenaki level there at 130, and then
Nice.
it just popped up and stopped me out for the last little bit.
Okay. Well, good, man. You got it. You held through. And off you go.
Given Meta a shot here on this, it's starting to get some volume again, gain some traction with some new buyers. And they need to stay above the seller that stepped in, but if they can, then hopefully we can start moving.
Nice. And the news just came out as well, 10, 12 seconds ago. I don't see much going on with this SPY, so a non-event so far. Yeah, there we go. Megan, you got to hold Meta for 700, man. You've deserved it. You waited so long to catch it.
Yeah, should I swing it just in case it doesn't get there today? Let's see. Yeah, honestly, I think that like 710 is possible on it.
Wow, really?
Yeah, just based off of the weekly supply here. So it didn't really start triggering sellers until this broke. So the low of this is 710. It still has some sellers up here. Come on, get through them. What are you doing? Let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
Really don't like that volume on that candle. So basically this is part of consolidation, but you can clearly see that there is a seller that started here and buyers came back in here. So now we've got this range that we can play off of. Ideally, the buyers just kind of keep it going, but there is a range around 680 to like 670, 750 with buyers and sellers. I'm looking at this seller that stepped in and this buyer that stepped in right here. So they are right there.
Your Ant-Man, you're into Tesla as well? Oh, put options, nice. Yeah, use options. Careful what to do. And yeah, Hood on the move as well. Huh? So yeah, we've been looking at Hood. It's again been very interesting. You can pick that level. It's been grinding slowly, which is actually all right because it's easy to manage risk when things go slower. But you gotta have more patience for it before you have an answer whether you made money or not. So that's down to your patience levels. Very slow. And the SPY is, I don't think I would even take it. But there's nothing there. There's nothing to look at on the SPY. Just gotta wait. Yeah, Shane, go ahead.
I have a question for Megan.
Yes, sir.
For your options, do you do anything similar like Jared does with the measured moves in the morning? And if you do, how do you calculate that?
I don't actually. The way that I utilize options is very much just a vehicle, kind of like Avi. It's just the vehicle that I use to take the trade sometimes. So, and when you bring up measured move, do you mean expected move?
Yeah, he's got that number, and then he mentioned it yesterday on how to calculate it, and I was just curious if you used it as well.
Yeah, when it comes to earnings, like I'll pay attention to the expected move on earnings based off of what the market thinks or where the market thinks something might go. Those levels do end up playing out really well. But when it's not earnings, I'm mostly just using the levels that I have and playing it as just like the vehicle for the trade.
Yeah, I know Jared likes to use that for like his earning strategy to see it, the burst up or burst down. I was trying to utilize it for a day like today where some of the stocks are kind of slowly moving.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, no, I've only really ever used it for earnings. I've never really used it for, intraday kind of moves that it's not earnings related. It's a good question though. I mean, yeah, you could build all kinds of different strategies, right? So if you notice that is playing out on a daily without even bringing into account the earnings, like playing it on earnings, then it's definitely something you could consider building into your system. I don't. I'm mostly just
that
like it could
versus
be
ATR.
Yeah, that's actually a really good idea. It would be interesting to see kind of what the stats show for that.
Avi's got me away from these moving averages, so I'm trying to what is my max range for a target? If I don't want to say it's too extended, but that's the best way to say it. When things get too extended, what is the last opportunity I should take based on the volatility of today?
Yeah, expected move can be good for that. Yeah.
Yeah, expected move and ATR. ATR seems to be the most common, easy one to use. I've never used it successfully, so I can't tell anything about it. But yeah, there's expected move. Personally, I use measured moves, but that's just based on my strategy there.
Yeah, I like measured moves as well, as far as like when something's breaking a range, just to 1x or 2x the measured move of that range. I do utilize that from time to time as well.
Yeah. You know what? I find these 30-minute candles are very, very revealing. It'll tell you very often if it's a very bullish thing, and is it going to continue to be bullish, even though it's already had a massive day. A lot of times, we underestimate the market. It could still go. But I find in the 30-minute candles, I get a lot of that information, and most of the time it's pretty good, as in it's not making a new 30-minute high. So it's not likely that there are buyers still in there pushing it forward, pushing it upward. So I'm not likely to go continue that move up. Those are the sorts of things I look at but only on a 30-minute perspective. You start looking at 1-minute highs and lows, you're gonna go nuts in the middle of the day. It's too much. So try that. That could help. We're getting now another leg on Tesla as well. This is the leg that I don't plan for. 2 legs and third ones tend to get a little dangerous, but it's going. And whoop, there goes the SPY. Straight down.
Yeah, so that SPY, and I thought it might start popping up, but it just dropped.
Yeah, no, the SPY, even without the news, I don't see much of a strategy or a pattern that I would have even gotten into so far today. There's overhead resistance. And,
from the 28th or 29th.
Yeah, exactly. That overnight top. So be very careful with that. So far, nothing. Wait and see. And we have, about 7 minutes to the next piece of news. And then I can unload the rifle on this market. Magazine.
Get busy.
What do you got there, Shane? You looking at NVIDIA? Oh, yeah, let's take a look. Oh yeah, messy. The low of day break just a minute ago, but it's a tough one. Read momentum and all that stuff. It's just messy price action. Again, big candles like this, I tend to stay away from them. When I find small candles regularly, that's when I like to enter. I can put on big sizes, tight stops, and then sit on it. That's where I've found I can make more money compared to trying to enter when the candles are big and running.
Yeah.
Just hard to manage risk. Yeah, Dan, go ahead. You got something?
Yeah, good morning, Avi. The hood 7125 support. Can you explain that, and how much value do you give it to?
On hood. Yeah, so going back on just looking at a 30-minute perspective, yesterday was very strong, but when it dropped down, it found buyers here at 7125. That was the higher buyer. The first buyers were down earlier in the day, and they kept making higher lows. But when the first time that it actually found sellers, after that, I'm trying to see now, where are these buyers truly? How powerful are they? Going to truly let it all the way down to where it came from, or what are they doing? So it was in close to the end of the day yesterday. So that was really critical. I used to trade levels like this all the time, especially on catalyst stocks, something like Hood or anything in play. I would look at the 30-minute chart and try to identify intraday levels. And in this case, it'd be very, very powerful. I would be interested in if those buyers are still there. So basically, I'm looking at that today as a support level. So going into today's action, if the price got there, I'd be looking to see, are those buyers still in that area? So far, they've proven to be there. And then I'd be interested in putting on a long position in this area, probably target the opening price or looking at the rest of the price action. So again, that's a different style of trading that I don't do anymore these days. I used to do it, not long ago, I think 6 months ago. I used to use this all the time. So again, this is more subjective, Yeah. It's a little more subjective when you're seeking out levels actively rather than you have levels that are just automatically on the charts. Those are easier. I find them easier now because if I get a little too excited and I really want to take a trade, I can put a level anywhere on the chart and say, oh, look, there were buyers there. You can fool yourself so easily. I don't want to do that to myself anymore. So that's why I moved on to these, call it automatic Avi levels. And they work simpler. So
Yeah, go meta.
Going. You still in that?
Yeah, I actually added in the pullback. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Look at that.
So hopefully we can clear this seller here and get going. But definitely still a decent amount of buyers participating in this. And I can see orders already sitting out there today at 700. Like if I scroll down on the level 2, there's a block order down there at 700 already.
Nice. I'll never underestimate this thing. It's kicked my butt many times. It can always go.
Yeah. And I think what's also really important about trading is, we talk about not chasing all the time. And I think it's really important to reiterate that, because clearly the level for meta that I wanted to play was 673, but there wasn't a setup that I felt comfortable with. And so the best thing that you can do is wait until you see something that makes sense to you or is part of your trading style. You never want to rush into something, and this might not work out. They might end up, sellers might take control of this. I don't know. But what I do know is that if I had chased this and got stopped out, I would have been more frustrated than if I had just let it set up in a way that makes sense to me. And also, if I had chased it and made money on it, it doesn't really follow my system at that point. So it's hard to actually track stats on it. So it's good to make sure that you wait for what makes sense to you. And what makes sense to one person might not make sense to another. Avi might have got in on this little red candle on meta when it kind of pulled back for a second and then got a much better entry than me. But it's those are hard for me to play. I'm incapable sometimes of playing that way. So yeah, you got to do what makes sense to you.
Yeah, that's a key point, guys. All the in mentorship and boot camp and all that, just you got to figure out a strategy that makes sense to you. There's so many different ways to trade, and there's no right way or wrong way. I guess there's only the wrong way is when you don't follow your trade book, but you got to define your trade book, and that should be a reflection of your personality. As it should incorporate your levels of patience and temperament and your appetite for risk to reward, and so many different things that go into it. So your personality traits end up really revealing your trade book. It's inside you. It's not something outside. You start with people who make sense to you and their trading style, and then you evolve it into what makes sense to you, and you land up on something you can't even recognize. And that's when it's sustainable, as in you're not fighting yourself when you're trading. You're just going at your own pace, and it feels natural. That's when it's good.
Can I add something to that, Avi?
Yeah, go ahead, Salim.
Yeah, man. So the thing is about trading is you can look at any chart and make something up and convince yourself that something is there. So that's why it's extremely important to have a strategy that relates to your personality. That's such a turning point in one's career, is understanding yourself and being able to find a strategy that works for you.
Absolutely. Thanks, Salim. Yep. Salim's someone worth listening to, guys. He's been around for a while in this trading world, so definitely good advice there.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. So Megan's been looking at meta for 2 days. I've got trauma from meta, so
well, you got 1 more minute, and then you might have a new girlfriend. ready to play.
Gosh, I keep
The
switching.
breakup is over.
Oh my gosh. Well, let's take a look. What do we have? Let the news come out. I'll start getting these charts ready for trading. Even if it does break out, it's very hard for me to get into it. It's got that resistance.
On the SPY.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The risk to reward aspect is just not there unless I'm scalping it. It's hardly less than $1 or whatever. It's not even. It's hard to put risk on this. Anyways, let this candle close and let that volatility come with the news. Then things will look different. And let's see, we got contracts all ready to go. There you go. Look at that. That's why I don't play with the news. Oof.
Let's see if I survived this.
I used to trade news like this. I used to wait for it. Let it go in one direction and hit a level and reject it. Bounce off a level, and then I'd go in aggressive. I used to do stuff like that, but definitely not there. It's not even at a level today. It's not hitting anything. It's already bounced. It hasn't hit anything, so I can't take it. Anyways, that would just be a volatility strategy or a news strategy.
Let's see what the news says. Let's see.
Tesla's just cruising on down.
Look at that thing. Yeah, it's in it. Just going. It's quite funny. Tesla breaking all support levels. It's getting into one now from the 21st of last month. No, from the 2nd of June, a couple of days ago. It's getting into one. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. When it it triggered supply on the 30th, and yesterday it kind of like creeped its way back up to it. Could not get going after it got close to it, and we're just seeing sellers step down on this thing all the way back down towards the lower ends of the range.
Yeah, there's been a huge buyer between 336 and 334. I don't know if you have a book map, but you'll see just a giant block from somebody posted the other day. But I've been just watching this buyer just accumulate shares at 336 to 334.
Interesting. 336 and 334. Okay. So down at the lows. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense because if they want to hold this accumulation range, that's where I would put an order as well. I love when people will bring up Bookmap because it reminds me that I still pay for a subscription, but I never open it. every month I check my bank account and I'm like, why do I still have this thing?
Oh man.
I see the same thing all the time. I'm like, what the fuck? What are these subscriptions, man?
Oh man.
So Avi, are you gonna then, so for SPY, since the risk to reward isn't quite there where it's sitting right now, are you looking for maybe a breakout of the 529 high or five, the high I'm talking about, like 598? Or like, would you play a pullback play to the daily range around the 595?
Yeah, so the pullback is something I'm more interested in, especially down towards this 593 area, which was the high of a couple days ago.
Okay.
Just down there. That would be ideal. I'll basically take a reversal off of that. That's a level I have now. Going off of the high, the problem I have, the high from a couple days ago, was it 598-ish, is it's a little bit far off from my Fibonacci level. It's almost halfway in the range, so I don't like to go high. I like to enter next to these levels, not too far out from them. The only other opportunity I can get is if I identify massive momentum coming in at that level, then I'll take a scalp trade. I'll go out of the money, and I'll put on a very heavy size and expect it to work in 3 minutes, or I'll cut it short quickly.
Okay.
So that's scalping opportunity. So if the market behaves like the open later, at some point somebody tweets something and the price is there and it's doing that. So it's all a great big if, So
Okay.
for now, nothing. And if none of that stuff happens, I'll just come back tomorrow and see if there's something there.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. For now, I don't like it. It's just a mess.
Yeah, so the ISM numbers came in a little bit lower than expected. So that's why the market is dropping, by the way. It's the first contraction since December 2022, it seems. So that's not good.
Oh, well.
Yeah, that would raise
Yeah.
raise concerns about like an economic slowdown at that point.
Sorry, what were these numbers? Something it was something important. I forget, completely forget. What was
They're,
ISM?
yeah, ISM is the Institute for Supply Management. So it's for it's like a gauge of the economic health for like the service sector, I believe.
Okay. So it's something important. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all you need to know. I mean, we're technical traders, so we're just like, is it important or not? Yes or no?
Yeah. Cool. Well, that explains everything going down, I guess, at the moment. So, Now, what would be interesting on the SPY is it might take a few 30-minute candles, but if it gets near the bottom, or I have a level 595.50-ish, and does a reverse ABCD on a 30-minute chart. So it'll take a few 30-minute candles, maybe 3 or 4. And then you have a breakdown opportunity for a short there. Like that'll be after I take my big nap after the session, I'll take a look.
So that's the joy of trading higher time frames, is you can actually go take a nap while a candle is being built.
Yes. Best thing in the world. Oh yeah, this news has impacted everything on my screens at least.
Yeah, it seems like the market's not a fan of it.
On the other side of it, anyone catch the short here? If anyone got into the short after the news, you probably had some fast moves. I'm not sure. I don't see any setups that happened, but let us know if you caught something. Alkis, you got something? Are you trading aggressive these days?
Hello again, Navi. Thank you very, very much. I'm so happy to see you both. It's going well, really well the past days. Very good.
Welcome back,
Thank
man.
you a lot for the advice and all the support.
Of course. You're welcome.
Good to see you. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah.
Good to see you too, my gun. Very nice.
Nice. And Mark, you got into PLTR, Dan into Apple. Look at that, you guys playing the news. Michael J into AVGO, Akshay into SMC. Oh my gosh, you guys are ripping this apart.
Crushing it.
Nice.
I am no longer in Meta, by the way.
Mm.
The news completely ruined that. So thanks a lot, market.
Oh man.
Oh well. It's all right. We'll look for something else. But SPY's coming down to that 595 area.
Yeah, it's sitting there. Interesting to see if it sets up. We do have that middle of yesterday's support, which is 594.81. So if I'm going into that, I got to keep an eye on it. Whoops. What did I click on? There we go. There we go. Oh, I don't have levels. There it is. Yes, there's gonna be a lot of sitting and waiting for me today with my style. Again. What a shame because it was decent yesterday. Let's do this little exercise again real quick. Why did the SPY bounce from 595.50? Anyone. Just because.
The mega Nachi level.
That's right.
Oh no, she's taken over my trademark already.
She's robbing you. You should have fucking patented that shit, Avi.
I should have. Yeah, I could still do it overseas and enforce it.
You are not the captain.
Did you
now.
take it long, Avi, there?
No.
I thought this is the reason to move.
No, that's because I took it long. That's why it bounced.
You better trademark that thing before I come for you.
No. Out of everyone here, you actually terrify me the most.
Oh, come on. I'm a gentle giant.
I'm just playing with you. Yeah, that's a hell of a bounce. Look at that.
Yeah, so I did enter back into Meta on that bounce.
Nice.
So it reclaimed the buyers from the consolidation area. I hate when that happens. Like it just comes down, stops you out, and then decides it's gonna maybe make another attempt. The market is a fun thing.
Yeah. Very fickle. Actually, this would have been a good setup. I could have taken for a momentum play, a scalp, but these days I don't take a lot of those because it was there. It was very fast. Out of the money. It would have been okay. That's all right. I'd rather wait for the big moves.
Wow, that volume on Tesla.
Tesla's just ripping.
There you go. What are we saying here? Dan, you're into hood still? Let's look at it. I haven't looked at it in a few minutes. So we bounced off the level we were discussing, and yeah, with the news came back down, bounced again off the level.
Yeah, look at that. Double bottoming.
There you go. You know the buyers are there, and you could anticipate that too before the market opened. So now you're getting more and more conviction. And this time it's going faster. That's interesting.
Oop, I got stopped out on PLTR.
You got a good run, huh, from the open?
Yeah, PLTR is running into 60-minute demand. So there's this area right here on PLTR, and it's bouncing right off of it right now. So definitely an area to look for buyers to come in. Even if it doesn't reverse fully, this could be a place where it just stalls out for a little while.
That's right, Shane. She's a man eater. You got to come up with a good nickname for that. No more Meganachi stuff. You gotta...
She's a man eater.
Look at these comments. I'm so entertained. I love it.
Oh my God. Yeah. It feels more fitting. I like it.
Meganachi's too Italian. Way too Italian.
Way too Italian for me. Man. Well.
What's up, old doggy?
Right.
Well, guys, another 15 minutes or so in this session. So whatever you want to discuss, this is your chance. And then at 11 a.m., I'll be in the BBT webinar room for the elite members. So most of you in here are elite members, so come on in there.
Or this is where they have to choose. Or you come to my market analysis class at 11 a.m. in BCT.
There you go.
For those that are in BCT.
That options. You got so many choices
on my screen.
We can compare the attendance rate and see who won.
Megan, I'm a lot more shameless than you. I promise I'll find ways to get attention.
I'm sure you will. I expect like your shirt to come off or something. Oh my God. I have seen you in your finest moments, Avi. So I know what you're capable of.
Yeah, you know, I can show it. You gotta live it.
Oh my God. All right, Meta, freaking finally. So I'll show you guys. I mean, this is it's really important that, because we never know how far a pullback is going to happen when the market pulls back or a stock pulls back, right? So it is really important that when you enter into something and you've got to stop, just take it, because oftentimes the market will give you another opportunity. So I had to stop below this buyer, and of course I get stopped out literally like to the penny, because the market loves to do that. And then we got this little 3-bar reversal, and I was like, yep, we're back where these buyers stepped in before. So I marked this buyer and seller. So there's a buyer here and a seller here, and that's what we're playing off of. So as soon as I lost that buyer, you know, I have my stop below them. I just let it go, get stopped out. And once we get back above there where that buyer came in previously, then we can take it for the move. Unfortunately, I mean, this was really market related. Unfortunately, you know, like it just went with the market, and that just happens. And the market could have took this even further. So just take your stop, and if it sets up again, just get back in, because, you know, now if I got out now, I would make back what I lost and almost twice as much. So we're fine. So this is just a lesson in just take the damn stop and like get back in. Like you can do it. I promise.
Yeah, very, very good point. Very good point. Definitely, guys. Respect the stops. You can always get back in. So many people have a fear of losing, and therefore they ignore their stops, but then it goes against them, and then there's paralysis, and you can never get out. And you blow it up. So very good point there.
Been there, done that.
That is me to a T, brother. I mean, I get stopped, and I'm like just frozen, man. I'm like, jump back in. Am I going the other way? Well, and then I'm just stuck.
Yeah.
Here's a really good example. You know, Megan's in this live trade right here. You can see it, and she's making money in it because she respected the stop and the strategy and the resilience to get back in even after taking a stop. So that's all that stuff is important, guys. Very good stuff.
But like if I hadn't taken this stop and it had run against me, and then I had taken a bigger loss, I would have not been in the mental state to then also try to get back in again. You know what I mean? Like you have to preserve your mental capital, because like if I destroy my mental capital by not doing what I say I'm going to do, then it's that much harder for me to actually put another position on. So really, like, it seems like I'm protecting my capital, but I really think you're more protecting your mental capital more than your financial capital, because you have to be able to perform, and to be able to perform, you have to be able to trust yourself, and you have to be able to execute the way that you say you're going to execute.
Right on.
Yeah, exactly, Alkis. Yeah, you freeze. I mean, it's like survival mode, right? Which is there's the 3 things: fight, flight, or freeze. And it's so easy to like freeze when it's such a big amount. Like you're expecting to lose $100, let's say, and all of a sudden it's $1,000, and you're like, holy shit, like I'm not gonna take this. I can't take this. I wasn't prepared to take this. And then it just destroys your brain.
Absolutely, Megan, absolutely. Every single time, yeah. And until you set your limits and your buyers, and you can have this self-control and awareness about what you said.
Yeah, exactly. I just saw Mark's comment. I don't know if you saw it earlier, but he has let you know that I have better hair, just in case you're wondering.
Oh, come on. Just because I got a haircut today. God damn it. But yeah, nobody can beat Megan's hair. You know, there's not even a point fighting it. It's beautiful, Megan.
Thank you, Avi. I appreciate it. And thank you, Mark, as well. It just shows how much I love you guys because I get up at like 4 a.m. just to shower and do it. So it's on so that it's on point for you.
Clean my ass up.
If I wasn't on camera, I think I would just roll out of bed and not take care of it. It'd be up in a bun on top of my head.
That's awesome.
All right, so we got about 10 minutes here. If anybody has any other questions or you want us to look at something or want us to explain something, or the session is for you guys, so utilize it as much as you want to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, tell me where the market's going.
Ooh. How about you tell me where the market's going, and I'll tell you if I think you're right or wrong.
Oh, yeah.
It is a good question, though. Let's look at the SPY for a second. So we've already discussed some key levels off of this thing, and as long as it stays above the daily range, it could start to enter into the next phase of its market phase. So this would be a reaccumulation after this expansion. And then now we start to enter into an expansion phase. So currently we're still in a location where buyers are more in control of this thing. But as Avi's pointed out, there is a little bit of resistance overhead around 598 and probably 600 as well. I'm sure that's probably really heavy in the options market. I'm sure equities wise, it's also probably pretty heavy. But the way that this is moving right now and the way that they're coming off of the retest of the range, so they're retesting this 595 area, the way they're coming off of it and the amount of movement that's happening looks like buyers are going to try to push it up to 598 and try to get through it again.
Yeah, I see pretty much the same thing. I see all these buyers in it, and at some point I'll be looking for that entry. Still can't trust it, as in I don't know where to put a stop if I enter here. But definitely for now, buyers are stepping up, especially after that news and went down and found all those perfect buyers down at the bottom of the 8 a.m. candle. And we're on the way. Yeah. Because we have Nvidia and Tesla as well doing bottoms. We had Hood as well, which is in play. After the news again, same bottom, same place. Off it goes.
So what do you got, Avi? Like another hour before you think about the SPY, depending on where it's at. I mean, I know you were saying that 8 a.m. candle in between the 8 a.m. candle is kind of a bummer.
Yeah, it's tricky to trade in between here. It's just been here for a while. That tells me it just wants to be here. So I wanted to get out of here. That's the first thing. Then I want to see how it behaves with the green line. Maybe it just ignores it. I don't know. But I would struggle to put on risk before it gets to that previous big top. And if I'm going to put on risk above that, then I'm in a scalping situation because there's not a lot of room for my move to my next level. So I'll be looking to take partials along the way on that one and go out of the money, try to capture the gap on the options. But essentially, it's not my ideal trade book, even up there, even if it gets up there. So we'll see. It might be a day of nothing. I've had a lot of those days lately, just no opportunities. So I've traded, I think, 2 days in the last 7 trading days or something.
Yeah, I saw last week you like 3 days or something went by, right? Where you didn't take a trade.
Yeah, there was nothing there for my style. So, and
yeah,
that's
good discipline.
Yeah. Again, one thing is to make money, the other is to make sure you keep it. So when it's not there, it's not there. Don't give it away.
Yep.
So what is there any other news coming out today? Any more of that SMI, PMI, whatever you call it? ISI? I don't even know.
Let's see. Today's Wednesday. Yeah. No, nothing.
ADP employment change? What is that?
It's not important.
Not important. There's the beige book at what is 1400, 2 o'clock. Beige book at that, and that's kind of like a foreshadowing of what they think of like interest rates in the future, basically in a nutshell. So that sometimes that can have a little bit of an effect in the afternoon. So maybe 2 p.m. just keep an eye on your stuff.
Okay, so after dark. Okay. And
Avi after dark.
oh yeah, my fangs come out. Good.
I'm sorry, guys. What is beige book?
It's basically like a foreshadowing of what they think of future interest rates.
Oh, I see.
Sorry, hang on one second. I'm taking some partials on Meta, or I took some partials on Meta. I'm trying to decide if I want to just bail up here or not, or I'll give it a second.
Nice. Well done, Dan. You got into the hood position. 2 opportunities there. Good on you, man. Shane, you're looking at NVIDIA through 140. Oh, yeah. Weakness. NVIDIA is just really messy, though. I mean, I'm looking at the 1-minute chart, and it doesn't make any sense to me, but make sure you have your strategy in place.
Okay. So sorry. I was just watching Meta, but to answer your question, so basically it's kind of foreshadows interest rates, and it's also like they call it a book because it's like a summary of the current economic conditions. And I think there's the beige book and there's one other one, and I can't think of it off the top of my head right now, but basically it's got reports on consumer spending, the labor markets, wages, things like that. So stuff that we kind of already have news on. But what it does is this economic overview is it helps guide the Federal Reserve policies going forward, so that it helps guide like the monetary policy for the FOMC meetings in the future. So when I say that it's like foreshadowing interest rates, it's they're looking at these economic conditions in this book of basically all of the consumer spending and business sentiment and real estate and everything, and then they're making decisions in the future based off of that. So it can be like it can signal early signs of like economic shifts and stuff, and that's why sometimes it can affect the market. So it's more of like, it's not a high risk thing that always affects the market, but it is something that can. So around 2 p.m. it is important because most of the stuff in it is stuff that we already know. It's already news reports that have come out, but it's basically put into like a book.
Is that something that comes out on like a regular basis, monthly, 6 months, whatever?
It does. I want to say it's quarterly, but I could be wrong about that. But I want to say that it's quarterly. I would have to Google to find out for sure, but I don't think it's a monthly thing. I don't know. Let me ask the internet.
Good old Google.
I know, right?
And real quick, guys, we have a minute here. Tesla bounced off an area that on my chart was nothing, but I just put a level at the bottom, and sure enough, that was a very firm bottom not long ago. Again, just the value of looking to the left on candlestick charts. You have tweezer bottoms here on a 30-minute on the, was it 21st of May, it looks like, in a near perfect reversal on Tesla. Right there. It happened on the 1 minute. Again, that's the fractal pattern stuff that I'm always looking at. So something to think about.
Near perfect reversal on SPY too. I mean, it literally touched my level, 595.49, and the wick on that 5-minute candle is 595.49.
Beautiful. Yeah, same thing. Exactly same level. Yeah.
Yep. Dean, to answer your question, it comes out 8 times a year, which now that makes sense to me actually because the FOMC meetings are 8 times a year. So it's published roughly 2 weeks before each FOMC meeting.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
You got it. All right.
All right. Last minute and a half or so, guys. Make sure you don't run into trouble. And stick to your trade books. There's going to be opportunities all day. There always is.
And Avi, you're going to be in BBT, is that what you said?
Yeah, I'll be there at 11 in the webinar room in BBT. So live trading in there.
Megan, you're going to be where?
The PCT classroom.
Oh, nice.
wonder if 30 minutes is enough time to get out there and get another speeding ticket. I'm gonna give it a go. Just because.
All you gotta do is hop on that Harley.
Yeah, no, the bike they don't catch me. It's too fast, but the truck they do catch me. They caught me today.
Oh my God.
Avi, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I took the long from a spike from the bottom of the day at Avi8ors level because I used the volume. So one side of my brain is saying that it's at the Avi8ors level, take heavy partial. Another side is that there is room for growth because my ultimate is 599. What you suggest? Because yesterday I took partial and I feel that it just went away and I could have made double. I don't want to take this one from the yesterday. I'm just saying, trying to justify to see what is the best move.
Yeah, there's a few different ways you can approach this. One is a trailing stop, like use a 5-minute chart or 9 EMA on a 5-minute, for example, and trail that. That's pretty useful. Another way to do it is take partials here, maybe half the position off, and then add it back on once you get the breakout of this level and it's ready to go from this level to the next one up. I typically go with the partial and then add it back on, but I do it with 0DT options, so I'm more aggressive with taking partials. I don't think there's a problem with either of them. Just stick to your trade book. What you don't want to do is put your stop in a place that's way too tight and then you don't get the second half of this move that you have in mind. So watch where you put your stop after you add back in. If you're going to do that, be very careful of it. You should have it at break even, so no risk. Make sure that you add in such a way that your break even is in an appropriate place, like below the breakout, and it's at that breakout zone right now. So a couple of different opportunities there.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Cool, guys, and that is 10:30. Megan, it was a pleasure trading with you and your hair as always.
Always a pleasure, Avi.
All right, thank you everyone for hanging out and trading well. I will be seeing you all again shortly, either the BBT room now in 30 minutes or otherwise tomorrow.
Thanks, Megan.
Easy, guys. Thanks for everything.
Right.
Take it easy.
Thanks, guys. See you guys in market analysis for those that are coming over there. Bye, guys.
Peace.